Yeah, what's important to me is absolutely the networking that happens within that room, first and foremost. I mean, there's a lot of people in the hemp industry that come together to find out what these rules that they are making, the ODA, the Department of Justice, whoever's involved with making rule making, above and beyond us voicing our concerns with it. Let's say HB 4060 coming through, right now they're trying to adopt permanent rules from the temporary rules from the legislation that went through, and that was the use of greenhouses, that was use of clones and cuttings and any fashion of propagating hemp in Oregon. And then prior to HB 4060 coming in, we had a mandated seed only in the ground and 2.5 acres or more. And then everybody that was involved in the hemp industry came together and said, hey, this doesn't make any sense. And so we had HB 4060 go through the legislation, get passed, and here we are today. And these meetings are crucial, because if we let the people that work at the Oregon Department of Ag or any government installation, or if we let them just make the rules without our voice, then we'll have to adopt to what they choose. We want to be able to grow in our backyards, our greenhouses, in our own gardens for our essential well-being, our health and well-being. And I think just networking with everybody in the room, you don't know if you might meet somebody that can take your 1 acre and help you harvest it. He might have a certain way of harvesting that's better. Or is it 100 acres and you need a combine? You need, first, before you put the seed in the ground, you need to know maybe what you want to do with it so you don't waste it. That there's a lot of time, effort, and money put into it. The love of the plant is why I'm here. The health and well-being of what I've understood of this plant connecting with our DNA and getting back to our livestock to eat it would be key. And then it would make us more healthy by eating what, they're good, healthy, the cattle and the chickens and the pork and things like that. For them to be healthy makes us healthy. And so coming together today at the Oregon Department of Ag and meeting with so many great individuals, it could help with processing, harvesting, networking where the market is, or where to send products that we might not have thought of. I mean, I might not have thought of building products if I didn't know about it already. Or I might not have thought about protein from the seeds, or the essential amino acids and omegas and things like that from the green matter, or that CBDs, or the other 1,000 cannabinoids within the plant that we haven't even studied yet. So those sort of things. I met a processor today. I met a gentleman that wants to make bio-char today. I met a gentleman that wants to do building products, cosmetics. There's so many things. Food is first. After that, it could go 50,000 ways. This plant is amazing. I think every farmer in Oregon wants to grow it. They just don't know it yet. And I know that when nature's winning, we're all winning. And so it inspires me every day to be moving forward in the hemp industry. I could talk for hours about this. It's just, there's so many great things. I love it. Absolutely. Yeah, not only the leadership, but everyone, and showing what we know of what we've found out. Not just hold it to yourself, because that doesn't let everyone understand and get a normalcy about this plant. It's been put on to us as this reefer madness for so long, and this aspect of hemp is bad, and no one even, a lot of people don't even understand what hemp is. But basically, this plant is essential to all of us. And I think to let leadership know of what we're up to and how we're harvesting. They thought it was just one plant in the ground and a bunch of them for CBDs this year. They think the majority of the growers are growing CBDs. They're asking me inside about, is anyone doing for protein? Is anyone doing for fiber? Well, yes, we're doing it all. And so we have to give the leadership and give the others that aspect of, we thought it was only for CBDs. No. It is for food, fiber, building materials, all that stuff. And so that excitement to bring to a room and to enlighten some of the people that have never even met a hemp farmer is inspiring, because it does open their eyes like, whoa, I really would like to come see that. The more people involved, the better. I don't want to just hold all the information to get rich type of thing. I want to let everyone know that it's going to benefit them. They just don't know how. It's going to benefit every single person on the planet. They just don't know it yet. Well, to go back in time, I'll start with this. My name is JC. I own Shuregood. I'm a cannabis company in Oregon. I say that because I'm not just a hemp grower. I do grow medical cannabis as well that I would like to push forward into the OLCC market as well to help anyone I can get it to. But my inspiration is meeting a regular farmer, right? So a monocrop farmer that's growing, let's say, grass seed, that he doesn't understand that, whoa, I can grow this plant that can maybe have 3 or 4 ways right off the bat as a commodity to go into manufacturing, into food products and things like that. And after I read Doug Fine's book, the next Hemp Revolution, anyway, I met Doug in person. That inspired me even more. But reaching out to people like Doug and Edgar Winters and others in early on put me on a path of my own. And then I met so many great people in this industry that want to help everything from, global warming, everything from building materials that doesn't have to come from trees anymore, and we don't have to cut down trees to make plyboards and stuff like that. My inspiration is the food aspect to get people food again, and a protein content that doesn't have to come from soy or doesn't have to come from other things that might not be as good for you. The people I've met inspire me every day. Every single hemp farm I've been to, they're doing something a little unique, and that's their own. They're not just taking this one person's idea and running with it. They're planting everything from in their garden to 100 acres. And then that's going to become 1,000 acres. It inspires me just to see the growth happening so quickly. We went from 7 to 12 farmers last year to 80, 81 farmers this year. It's happening, and fast forward, people are figuring out harvesting bigger than we can ever imagine. We've brought in combines. We've had to change the header into a McDon header, but then we know that that's not quite even good enough. So we're having to adapt that. By next year, hopefully have a double header situation figured out. We know that Europe is ahead of us. We want to be that person that's in the lead in Oregon throughout the U.S. and help distribute the seed throughout the whole U.S. I've been able to connect with a farmer that has a seed wash mill, 25 years in production of seed drying and processing for radish seed, meadow foam seed, and all these other seeds, grass seed, and he had 5 million pounds go to the market last year. Well, we know we can stick 250,000 pounds of hemp seed in a train car on his facility and ship it across America. So someday that will be a reality. Right now it's a dream. And so my dream would be to get hemp throughout the U.S. I'm working with everything from sustainable textiles to all aspects of sustainable farming, for the energy that can come from this plant, the food that can come from this plant, the biomass that it produces is, unbelievable. They're saying 7 tons of fiber per acre. That's mind-boggling. 1,000 to 2,000 pounds of seed per acre is possible. They're seeing that throughout North America right now, and we think we're getting about 1,000 pounds of seed per acre here in Oregon. And we've had beautiful crops being grown this year. No negatives at all, no pest problems, no pesticides used, all organic. And so that inspires me to be healthy and organic throughout these fields, and what people in Oregon are doing going forward is amazing. Yeah, this plant is mind-boggling. The more I research, the more inspired I get. I get goose pimples just thinking about it. To be in this position and to inform people, it almost makes me overwhelmed. I know this plant connects to our DNA. I know that even all mammals on Earth and even the whale in the ocean have an endocannabinoid system, and we have receptors throughout our whole body, and that cannabinoids from a THC marijuana plant to a hemp plant is one plant, and that one plant has cannabinoids, and those cannabinoids are benefiting all of our health and well-being. Even if like I was saying earlier, the livestock eating it, the chickens eating it, all of that benefits us to be more healthy because they're getting those cannabinoids to keep them healthy. And so that's where I would like America to understand, and the whole world to understand. If you've never seen cannabis before, please grow one plant. Get a hold of me at Shuregood@gmail.com, and I'll get you seeds. I give 4 seeds away on every business card I give, and I tell you, everyone needs hemp. Everyone needs a cannabis plant. Even if you just watched it grow and saw the uniqueness with that, or if you watched thousands of plants grow and seen the life inside of a field underneath that canopy. You got the worms, you got the birds, you got the bees. It's 100% healthy, 100% sustainable, zero carbon footprint when you build buildings out of it. You know, I can go on and on. It's inspiring.